In our first lesson, we looked at Jesus as the great I am. We know that the phrase exclusively being used for the enemy without any kind of modifying of being used to no credit. So tonight we're going to note that phrase, and Jesus, in this particular instance tonight, uses it, but in conjunction with something that defines him. I am the bread of life. The background of our text tonight is in John chapter 6. But in our background, it was found where bread had been a focus of the people. A huge multitude had been following Jesus, and so the Lord posed a question to Philip. This is in the opening portion of the chapter of John. In John 6 and verse 5, Jesus lifted up his eyes and seeing a great multitude coming toward him, he said to Philip, "Where shall we buy bread that these may eat?" According to verse 9, we learned that there was a boy who had 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. Doesn't sound very attractive when you're even considering it for a lunch, but we know that the Lord utilized that small lunch and fed a huge multitude. The awesome miracles spawned a very interesting reaction. In John 6 and verse 15, therefore when Jesus perceived they were about to come and take him by force and make him a king, he departed again to the mountain by himself alone. Not everybody reacted to Jesus with awe and the realization of who he was.